This is Sam from Uniondale, and you're tuning into another edition of the Samianalyze show. Folks, the NBA Draft 2023, it's in the books. It's over. And I've got some concerns. I've got some thoughts on the NBA going forward, but We've got some things to discuss here because I expected it to be a lot noisier yesterday. I really did. But let's talk about how about this draft and the NBA going forward as free agency it kicks off on July 1st. Let's take a look at the whole picture. Let's analyze. So going into yesterday, I've been hearing for years, and for years meaning back when the Knicks traded away Kristaps Porzingis, I was hearing 2021 is going to be, man, the draft is going to be good. Then I heard 2023, the young kids coming out, man, they're going to be good. And, the last few months, you're hearing about Victor Wembanyama. You're hearing about Scoot Henderson. You're here, and going into yesterday, I was like, who's going to go? And look, listen, we knew who was going to be number one. Oh, we knew who was going to be number one. But then it was like, who's going to be number two? And obviously, Mitch Kupchak and Michael Jordan, I know he's on his way out, although people don't realize he's selling his majority stake, but he's still going to be a minority owner, okay? And from my understanding, and they were debating, do we go Scoot? Do we go Brandon? And that is respectively Scoot Henderson and, or Brandon Miller. And I think it worked out for all teams involved, right? And Victor, look, I've been saying forever, for the last year, I'm like, where are the Spurs at? Because the NBA, there's no frozen envelopes, there's no conspiracies, nothing like that, nothing like that exists, no problem. So no problem. I mean, Victor Wembanyama to the Spurs. Kyrie Irving years ago to the Cavs. LeBron James from Akron, Ohio, but Cleveland. The commissioner said, this is for you. And then we've got Derrick Rose from Chi-Town to Chicago. I'm just saying. I mean, can the Knicks get some home cooking? 1985 was a long time ago with that Patrick Ewing frozen envelope. Really? I mean, but that's another story. But Victor going to the Spurs, I wasn't surprised. I was telling my boys that for months. I was like, the draft, and they were like, I was like, you called it. I was like, pretty predictable, actually. But anyway, these young men, they got their one shining moment, and I know that's NCAA, but they got their shining moment. Victor Wembanyama, Brandon Miller, Scoot Henderson, welcome to the NBA. Welcome to the NBA. But, I'm looking at this draft, and I've always, see, the thing is, for me, there's something called the eye test, right? And you look at guys when they're coming out, like, for example, Jamal Crawford coming out of Michigan. I'm like, I could see it. LeBron James, I can see it. Carmelo Anthony, I could see it. Kyrie Irving, I could see it. Like, there was something about these players, Kobe Bryant, AI. I could see it. Like, you're like, okay, I can see why everybody is talking these guys up. I could see it. But when it came to yesterday, I mean, everything played out the way it was supposed to. I mean, you heard that maybe that the Hornets possibly, wanted to do their due diligence, but you hear the top three are going to be all-stars for years to come. Okay, all right, and you're here. I heard this draft was supposed to be stacked for years, but I'm looking and I'm like, yawn. Seriously. And I've been feeling this way for the NBA for a few years now, and we're going to talk about it. Victor is going to the Spurs. You're hearing that you're going to see more Tim Duncan, probably Tony Parker. He'll probably make a guest appearances on the sideline, and the old heads, Manu and everybody, maybe David the Admiral. But it's a culture thing. It's a culture thing with the Spurs. So they're going to surround him, and they're going to do everything in their power to get him to where he needs to be. Popovich said he's not LeBron. He's not. I get it. There's a lot of pressure on Victor Wembanyama, and I think he went to the right market, a small market, but a known market, right? With history and with culture, and known, synonymous with winning. And look, listen, I want him to do well. I want him to do well. The Brandon Millers of the world, I want him to do well. Scoot Henderson, I want him to do well. But for the last few years, I'm not impressed. Really, truly not impressed with these young guys coming out. I will say this before I finish that. I was happy for the Twins. Back to back. Eamon and Asor Thompson drafted, one as point guard, respectively. Eamon went to the Rockets. Asor went to the Detroit Pistons. Anthony Black, somebody I was looking at, he went in 10th. And the Frenchman, Frenchie, Le Français, Bilal Koulibaly, he got drafted 7. So I knew he was rising. But I'm not impressed. Even Victor, show me what you got, kid. I'm not impressed. Really, not yet. I'm not falling for the okie doke anymore. The late Kobe Bryant, years ago, and you can do the Googles on this or the YouTube, he did mention years ago that he learned a lot playing in Europe. He said the fundamentals of the game are going to the wayside. That's what he said, something to that effect, and I'm paraphrasing. I remember that. And when I'm looking at these highlights, I'm like, nobody's jumping off the screen. If you don't believe me, go back and look at the AIs when AI was coming out. By the way, 1996 to me, the best NBA draft ever. I know people, they've been to debate, the Jordan draft. They had Hakeem and Pat and Charles and. Yeah, no, the deepest and best draft to me, was the 96 draft. And then you want to say, what was it, 2003? With Melo, LeBron, Wade, Bosh. And those guys, maybe. 96 hands down, no question. But when you look at these guys, I don't see superstar. Oh, Scoot Henderson is going to be a star. Brandon Miller is going to be a star. Victor Wembanyama is going to be a star. I'm not sold. I am not sold. And when it started for me? It started like 2021. Go back. Let's go look at these guys. Cade Cunningham. Nah, I get it. He was hurt. He's going to be the next thing. He's Grant Hill Light. Jalen Green. All right. He's okay. Evan Mobley. I think Julius Randle is still taking his lunch right now. And he got hurt. And then you've got Jalen Suggs, this guy. He was going to be the real deal from Gonzaga. Okay. Josh Giddey, Australia, European. He looks like he's going to be the real deal. I mean, Giddey looks like. I mean, look at that draft. Look at the Warriors. The Warriors. Look at them. Jonathan Kuminga. He's all right. I mean, they call him off night, right? Sacramento. Davion Mitchell. Really? Come on, man. Come on. These guys are not impressive. Moses Moody. Golden State. Golden State would be further along if Kuminga and Moody would ball and to their, the potential. I mean, folks, I don't know about you, but I'm worried about the NBA. I'm worried about the NBA. I mean, and look, listen, you've got to go and listen, I'm all about the bag. Go get the bag. Go take care of your family. Victor Wembanyama, go take care of your family. Go do what you gotta do. But look at what happened. Scotty Barnes. He's gonna be an NBA star for years to come. Really? Really? LeBron, hey, listen, if LeBron James retires, which is coming, right? It's right around the corner. Who's going to have, and look, listen, the reason why LeBron is loved. This guy, he plays the game the right way. Look at the little things with the NBA. Everything is shooting. Everybody wants to do the sidestep shooting. Rebounding is no longer little things that don't even matter with the NBA anymore. Boxing out, giving opponents the baseline, not playing defense. The NBA, I think down the road is in trouble, y'all. I really do. And I love the NBA. That was when I first started watching sports, the NBA was it. But you don't have guys with the footwork. Everybody wants to say this generation is faster, stronger, and they're better. Yeah, but they may get cooked by the AIs of the world. Isaiah Thomas's back in the day. These guys handles. I'm telling you. Is Steph Curry, is a guy like Kyrie, are these guys going to be the last with the handles? With the guy, with the Kyrie Irving, say what you will about Flat Earth and Uncle Drew. Say what you will about Kyrie, right? The guy, his footwork, finish left, finish right. These guys don't. And look, listen, my own Knicks, I'm a fan of Grimy. I'm a fan of Quentin Grimes. But what's the problem? He when he goes left to drive, he's got to lay it up with his right. These guys are professionals, y'all. What happened to finish left, finish right, handle, shooting? These guys, I forgot, there was something that I saw where the shooting percentages for the first few picks, come on, man. They're not working on their fundamentals. They're not. And I think down the road, the NBA really has to be concerned. Really has to be concerned. I'm telling you, none of these guys jumped off the page. They did not jump off the page. And because of it, I think that's why you saw the Knicks trade out of this draft. The whole time. Did anything surprise you yesterday, folks? Let me know on, when in the comments, right? Did anything surprise you? I'll tell you this, Cam Whitmore, I always heard, he's big and strong and he's going to be a solid NBA player. But even he never jumped off the page for me. As a Knicks fan, I was looking at what the Mavericks would do. Derek Lively, they got a center who can shoot it. Okay, cool. I'm not impressed with where the NBA is going. Now, I was expecting more noise. I was expecting more trades, like big names. Clint Capella was linked to the Cavs. Obi Toppin. We're hearing about Obi Toppin yelling at the coach, and there was a recording or a supposed recording. What did the Knicks do? They actually signed Jacob Toppin to a two-way deal. So how do you like that? And then you heard, is Zach LaVine going to get traded? Is Zion going to be traded? Knicks fans, you're not getting either, right? Zach LaVine, he's not trying to be here. So as we go into the free agency period, I think it's going to be quiet. I really, truly think it's going to be quiet. The only people that everybody wants to know, I mean, I think Kyrie's staying with the Mavericks by choice. I mean, not by choice, maybe, because I just feel that nobody's going to be ringing on Kyrie's bell because of the antics and everything he's done in the past. And I think he's going to be a Maverick. But Draymond Green opted out. I don't think he's going anywhere. Russell Westbrook, I think he's going back to the Clippers, especially with CP3 now with the Wizards. Chris Middleton walked away from $40 million with a bum knee. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he is the only one who has a possibility to go somewhere, but where is he going? Brook Lopez, where are you going? Fred Van Vliet, I thought he would possibly go to the Sixers. We'll see. They don't have the money for that. They've got to get rid of Tobias Harris to be able to make something like that happen. And James Harden is about to be mellowed, man. And Melo, unfortunately, was sad that how he was treated. But James Harden, man, the not caring, the not going all in. I think teams are. James Harden thinks he's going to get paid. I don't think the Rockets are going to come calling. I really don't. I think James Harden is going to have to either you're going to start balling and focusing, stop partying. I mean, you've got to. What do you want to do, man? You've got to. You're about to. I mean, James Harden, since they changed the rules, I think that had a big part in why he's no longer the James Harden of old. By the way, he should have never been a top 75 player. I stand by it. Tracy McGrady all day, every day, period. James Harden could not hold a candle to T-Mac. I'm sorry. It has to be said. So, look, I think the NBA is going to be quiet. I know next week around this time, I think it's going to be quiet. Knicks fans, they're going to trade Obi, they're going to trade IQ, they're going to do that. I think you're going to see a lot of teams running it back. There's too much parity in the league. They're too even. And you heard that Paul George is not leaving Kawhi. Every team, I think, is running it back. But what do you say? What do you guys think? I am on le Twitter. I am at Samianalyze, Facebook at Samianalyze, the Gram at Samianalyze. Please like, subscribe, and hey, you see that bell on the right? The notification bell. Please click on that. That will let you know whenever I drop another video. Thank you for tuning in, the continued support. Have a wonderful weekend. And as always, à tout à l'heure.